What's up, bro? It's your boy Joji Boy and Brooks. Follow on Facebook at Joji Boy and Brooks. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Joji Boy and Brooks. So we can chop it up. Real quick, I just want to chime in on the whole Pop Hunter situation and Lil Uzi Vert and Trippie Redd and people that's calling him a snitch. The thing is, let me just say this: a lot of these rappers and shit like that, they're not really from the street. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people think that because these guys rap about drugs, they rap about guns, they rap about the shit they rap about. People think that they're about it. These guys are not from the life. They just rappers. It's a big difference. You got rappers there's a very few rappers in the industry that's really, really, really from the street. These guys aren't from the street. They're not. The reason why I would say that is because it's a big difference between telling on somebody and snitching, so to say. And people would say, well, Ant, you out here trying to justify snitching. Black people, we the only people that have become confused what snitching is. We the only people that's confused about what snitching is. In our community, people have become so cowardly that we will let a baby get shot and people will not say anything because it's snitching. And reality, real street cats, we know that's if a woman's walking down the street with her children and someone, hurts one of her children, she know the person that did it, and she gives the information to the authorities leading to that person's arrest, that woman's not snitching. That's not snitching. Black people are the only people that got this mentality. All these other groups from the criminal world, the mafia, the Hispanic communities, these groups of people, they have a code of conduct. And their code of conduct isn't to the point where you can harm somebody, harm a baby or somebody innocent, and you get to walk around like it's nothing. We're the only people that got this mentality. Now, somebody can shoot somebody's grandma, and the niggas in the hood know who did it and not going to say anything because it's snitching. And that's what the younger generation has become. Back then, it wasn't always like that. The younger generation have misused the word snitch to the point where the term snitch doesn't even mean what it means anymore. It don't mean what it means anymore. You can't just say anybody is a snitch. What is a snitch? What's the definition of a snitch? And this is the definition of a snitch. I don't care what anyone say. If me and Quan, and me and Rob and them, me and Bro and them, get together, we go rob a liquor store, and I am arrested, and I give up information to the authorities on my co-defendants on what happened, who did what. That's snitching. If you have to be you have to be a co-defendant in a crime to be a snitch. If I don't know you, if a man robbed a bank, and let's say this person is wrongfully arrested, but he just so happened to know the people that did it, but they saying he did it. Now, he don't know these guys, and he give up information to the authorities who these guys is to save himself. Is that snitching? No. It's not telling because the thing is, who gonna go to jail? What person is gonna go to jail for 100 years for something they didn't do? And they got the power and the information to free themselves. Snitching is about loyalty. Snitching is about disloyalty. Because when you're friends with somebody, y'all partners in crime, and you go in and tell because you're trying to get yourself out of the situation. Snitching comes from when someone is trying to get a lesser sentence and they're trying to get themselves out of the situation. That's snitching. Black people, stop saying snitch. These rap niggas, they're rapping. They're rapping. They're not really about it. They're just rapping. Black people are the only people that got this thing where snitching is snitching. So I look at the Pop Hunter situation, and I'm like, well, for one, he the one that lost a friend. He's 14. So I'm like, and at the time, he was a kid, and he wasn't really off the step like that. He said his mom made him tell. So therefore, the guy didn't snitch, so to say, because he had nothing to do with what really went on. Black people, cut that shit out. This shit has to stop. It has to stop. It's become, you got snitches and cowards. We got niggas in the hood that would shoot a baby, that would kill a baby, and niggas won't say nothing because you don't want to be a snitch. Back then, it was not like that because niggas came for your ass. Niggas came for your ass. Or you got it. Now, the term snitch has been to the point where we are protecting cowards. Pop Hunna not no snitch, man. The guy's a fucking kid. And Lil Uzi and them fucking clowns. Them niggas ain't about no street shit, bro. Them niggas ain't about no street shit. They not. They ain't about no street shit, so they don't even get to pull somebody's card. Who the fuck is Lil Uzi Vert? Yeah, I listen to his music, but come on, Lil Uzi, the guy's a fucking midget. He ain't about that. He ain't never been in no street shit, bro. You can tell. Cause real street niggas that's really that's been in their life know and will agree with me that it's a certain code of conduct and it's a certain of common sense. Of course, a grandmother is going to tell if you hurt her children, or a mother, or a father. That's why back then you didn't hurt people who had nothing to do with the street life. Back then, niggas got it who was part of the life. That man that worked at 9 to 5, he ain't got shit to do with what goes on. And he's a civilian, so of course he's going to tell. That's part of the reasons why people did not go after civilians. These niggas keep rapping, and they got children and shit like thinking snitching is snitching. Snitching is only disloyal when you are a co-defendant in a crime, because as a man, if you agree to do something that you know you ain't got no business doing, and you ain't willing to take responsibility for it, then you a coward and you a bitch. And you disloyal. That's snitching. Trying to save yourself. But if you look at the Pop Hunna situation, the guy that was only 14. His mother made him give up information. Like, what is the guy to do? He was a kid. You can't hold him accountable, man. You can't hold him accountable. You can't. How many kids that's 14, you're not even grown. You're not even old enough to make decisions for yourself. Your mind isn't fully developed yet. You're not even mature enough to know about certain things that go on. You're 14 years old. That's a child. So these rap niggas is so brainwashing that they don't want to fuck with Pop Hunna because he done told on somebody. Now, maybe in his hood, they label him a snitch. But black people are the only people that got this mentality. They're the only people. Because with other groups, it's not like that. They look out for their own, they protect their own, and they go after their own who hurts and harms their own. We don't do that. We don't do that at all. And some of us has become just cowards, bitch made. So Pop Hunna, the guy's not a snitch. He had no control of that situation at all. And whoever's calling him a snitch are just exposing themselves, because we know who ain't really from the street. These niggas, Trippie Redd and them ain't from the street. Lil Uzi ain't from the street. He's just not. None of these niggas is really from the street. They went too far as to take their verse off his song, because they didn't want to be labeled with a snitch. These guys, these rap niggas, man, I swear, bro. This is ridiculous at this point. It's really ridiculous how hip-hop has brainwashed these kids, man, to believe that a mother or someone who has nothing to do with the street life give information to authorities to protect herself and defend her family or their family is a snitch. Shaking my head, man. Pop Hunna, if you come across this video, bro, these niggas, don't let them tell you you're not a snitch, man. You had no control of that situation, man. You had no control of it. And you lost your friend in that situation, man. People say you're not supposed to tell, you're not supposed to say anything. Black folks, cut that shit out, man. Because it's come to the point where, like I said, we protect cowards. And I said this before, if a man rapes a little girl and y'all know he did it, and you got the power and the information to go get the guy, niggas not gonna say anything because you don't want to be a snitch. But that man's a rapist. He's a threat to the community, but you're not gonna say anything. You know how bitch made that is? You know how cowardly that is? There's some real bitch made niggas in the community. Black people in the black community, there's some real bitch made niggas. It's just really coon fucking mentality, Uncle Tom fucking mentality that niggas have. And it's ridiculous. So if you want to comment, you can comment. You can say what the fuck you want to say, or you can try to say I'm a snitch, a nice snitch, and shit like that. Look, it is what it is. You can say what the fuck you want to say. I know. So it is what it is. Follow me on Facebook, Judge Your Boy. Subscribe to my new channel,